going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Good neighbors, how are y'all doing? We are back with another episode, another podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Drizzy Dre.
I'm the other co-host, Lamont.
For real. How you doing today there, sir? Come on, man. Flipping it up and mixing it today. Giving them a little different flavor lately.
Spice it up.
It is yours. That's what it give me. It give me that type of flavor.
That's the original.
Flavor right there.
The original is a song. It's the song. It's a dolphin song by. What is his name? Omar. I can't think of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the original is where the "It's Your" sample came from. That Pete Rock did, I believe. Pete Rock did the original.
Yes. So how y'all feeling out there today? Hope everybody has been having some blessed weeks. Christmas is approaching. And I don't even feel like the madness even started. That's what's even more crazier. Maybe I haven't been out there yet. I have not shopped yet. So yeah, now that I think about it, that's gonna be crazy year for me. I'll start doing that this week. But yeah, Christmas is approaching. New Year's is approaching.
Ahmed Jamal.
I thought you was about to say Ahmed Johnson.
No, Ahmad Jamal was the original creator of.
Okay, shout out to you, Ahmad.
Legendary.
Ahmad or Ahmad.
Ahmad.
However they pronounce it. It's interesting.
Yeah, holiday shopping. A lot of people are either not shopping and just doing light things like gift cards and stuff. And
yeah, like I told y'all, I'm doing the gift cards this year.
You know,
that's what's funny. That's what make me feel like, why am I stalling on getting my stuff done when I need to get it done? But it's gonna get done though.
Yeah, it's gonna get done.
It's gonna get done. So first thing first, I would like to say rest in peace to Daniela. She was a good friend of mine that passed away, and I just want to show some love and support for her and her family, and my condolences to the Patterson family. I knew actually the whole family, the brothers, the sisters, her kids, her mom. So yeah, so rest in peace, man. That was a tragic story I heard over the week. So
where that happened at Niagara Falls?
That happened in Niagara Falls, yeah.
Crazy, man.
Sad, man, sad. So with that being said, I want to talk on toxic relationships. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know the full details of her story and her situation as of yet. But just thinking about her life, my life, they were almost kind of similar, and that's why it hit home for me a little bit, because I just know how I feel when you just want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? You just, whatever you feel fit and deem, man, you just really want to be happy. And sometimes
your happiness and what you want for your happiness, the other person, or even if it's not a relationship, the people that are around you don't understand what you would deem as how you want to be happy.
Correct.
And because you want certain things within you that make you happy, or you may have to cut certain things off, or people off, or situations off, they'll see that as it being a slight towards them and not looking out for your well-being, instead of being like, yo, let me step back for a minute and just let them do, let them get their stuff together,
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. I've been dealing with toxic relationships for many years now, man. And as of this year, I've made it a decision to just be over with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it doesn't help me, is that selfish?
So that's where I was about to get into. I don't know if it's a selfish cause. I don't know if it's a case of selfishness or not. I feel like honestly it's not. depending on how long you've been dealing with a certain person and they know your characteristics and you've been holding on, trying or attempting to help or just stick around, people got their tipping points. And when your tipping point is your tipping point, that's where I feel like the unselfish, I think that's where the word selfish is obliterated. Because at that point, it shouldn't even matter if you're being selfish or not, because it should matter that your life, your mental health, and everything else is on the line. And you're about to sacrifice all that for toxicity, if that makes sense. You're about to sacrifice all that for you not to be really happy in the long run. And then speaking on how long do you supposed to even deal with this stuff and endure it? Like there's no set rules that you have to deal with a person or a thing for a lifetime. There is no expiration date on any of it. So if I feel the need that is not making my life if it's not bringing any sort of benefit and it's just bringing me down, I feel like you have every right to remove it at any given time. And that's not selfish.
There's no pinpoint when you are fed up. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you fed up, you're fed up. Now, if I'm fed up and okay, this kind of goes into it's kind of weird. We always see these kind of stories on the Lifetime channel.
Oh yeah.
And it's mostly from the woman or the female's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They never show the male's perspective or when the male is going through these things. But I'm sorry, what you about to say?
No, you're right.
And then when you decide to delve out this information to certain people, that they say things like, "Oh, you should man up," or "You should suck it up," not knowing that us as men, we try not. There's specific people that we show our emotions to, and who we decide to delve certain information to that's vulnerable to us.
Yeah.
I had posted a clip on my gram or whatever of this guy who was basically explaining how the woman he was with, it was on a British TV show, and he was explaining why. He was like, she won't let me leave the house, she pushed me, she did this and that and the third, and you can hear the females or the women in the audience kind of like laughing, and then one of the co-hosts said, "I'm surprised that you women would do this, because if the roles were reversed, you would be in outrage." So the fact that men don't delve out their emotions so much in toxic relationships, we all understand it goes both ways.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that you should speak on those incidences that may happen where you may feel uncomfortable. But the thing is, you have to explain that.
Yeah.
Now, if I explain it to you and you still don't get it, and then I leave or I have to bounce and I can't take it no more, you can't get mad at me.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, you can't.
I told you, I explained it to you, this is what I'm going through, this is what I feel we're going through, and you still don't comprehend what I'm saying?
Yep.
I would have every right to leave.
Yep, 100%. Funny story, right? This was many, many, many years ago. I can't even remember, probably like over 15 years now, right? This is how long I've been dealing with this type of BS. Trying to be a kind-hearted person and just ignore things and
let them rock out.
And take that 1/3 of a person and run with that good versus knowing that that's not enough for you, right? So I end up breaking up with this woman, and I've done tried to break up with this woman like 4 or 5 times now, right? Every time something happened, no, seriously, right? So every time something happened, I'll move out the house. I'll go to my mom's house. But in the back of my head, as I'm going to my mom's house, as I'm driving there, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to pay my mom bills. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to do that. Right?
That's why you gotta start to learn to have your own.
You go there, right?
Right.
And you sit there. Now my mom going through stuff with her, partner or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. So in the back of your head, you like, dude, I'm not trying to be around this. So you go back to.
I'm trying to clear my head. I don't need that extra on me.
Yeah. So you go back to your partner or whatever, right? And so then back and forth, I'll go to my grandmother's house. Oh man, I can't do my vices there. So then you like, all right. So you go. So I was forcing myself to be in a toxic situation.
Did you say, I guess I'll go back, maybe it ain't that bad?
Correct, right? So I was really forcing myself to be inside of this toxic relationship because I could not sacrifice life-changing things to make my life better. So I leave this person. Month, 2 later down the line, I'm with, then it was a friend, but now it's an ex. So I was with a friend, and I don't know how that's happened, but I end up driving a car out of for whatever reason that morning. I'm driving a car, dude, as I'm driving to go to a bank. I think I was getting breakfast or something that morning. This person drives was coming the opposite direction, right? So I'm looking at this person.
It's like one of the movie scenes where you like this and slow.
Weirdly,
everything just slows down.
Yeah, and you just like you looking at the person, and I'm looking. So we cross.
Right.
I'm going down the street. All I see and I hear it. She makes a Yui. Come follows me.
Okay, I know we have certain people that are out there right now. A Yui means a U-turn. I just want to give that out to some people that I know that are subscribers that are of a certain age. I love you all, but I know sometimes you're not into the lingo. Yeah. So we're gonna make sure when we start getting better, I'm gonna start throwing like definitions at the bottom and they'll pop up like this.
Right. So she had a U-turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I goes to the bank. Now, here go big boy Dre. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. This, that, and the third. I goes to the bank, goes to the ATM. Now it's the lock bank because it's the weekend. This fool waits at the door.
Oh, jeez.
Now, me knowing me being me, I sit there and I'm like, I'm about to open this door. Ain't nobody about to be chumping me like that.
Right.
I open the door, push me right back in. Now, I don't want to say we tussling, but we do hands, everything is just going crazy. Everybody just going crazy in this little
confined area. Right.
Metro bus comes by, looks, see me getting manhandled.
Help me!
They call the cops, thinking I was getting robbed. She did. I'm like, earrings knocked all out, my ear and stuff. I'm like, what the? Yo, arrest her right now. Make a long story short, she didn't get arrested. I never filed charges. And it's been 15 years now, and whatever. Long story short.
Water under the bridge.
Man, that water is still floating sometimes. I feel like there's water under the bridge, but
water under the bridge, but it's coming up.
It can get to that point sometimes.
Right.
But I say that to say, man, men go through it too. It's not just a man on female thing.
Right.
It can definitely be a female on male situation.
But you know what? We're in a position where when you, like I said, when you decide to indulge that kind of information in certain people, it's as much as you know that you can. I won't say manhandle, but use your strength to overpower. Sometimes you just like this. I don't want to do that because that's not the kind of person that I am.
Yep.
I don't put my hands on you. I don't do things like that. I don't want to come out. Maybe sometimes we may have a little drink, we might argue or whatever. I gotta kind of yoke you up out of a situation, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know, yo, we gotta leave. Well, you know how I get sometimes. You know, you're a little inebriated with your significant other, and and sometimes you know you gotta, you know, from somebody looking and seeing that, it's like, yo, what is you doing? And then you be trying to explain, like, yo, it's not like that. And yo, mind your business, fam. Before yo, it has nothing to do with you.
Please.
You know. So it's rather hard in that aspect of being in toxic relationships. And we already know that females go through these kind of things and as well. But you really never hear the males aspect of being in something that's toxic and them saying it.
Had people,
you know, it's
come to my house.
Man, I put myself in positions where I knew that I shouldn't have been in them, but was in them because I was still weak-minded.
Yes, very true, very true. That was
knowing that I should have left, but I didn't because I wasn't prepared or I wasn't mentally developed to take care of myself.
And sometimes, man, you gotta just jump, leap of faith,
bro.
Because sometimes we get into those modes and be like, man, I'm not ready. And I feel like I understand that you're not ready, but I feel like you putting not every situation, but I feel like you putting yourself in a corner sometimes to get out of a situation is sometimes the most helpful. Some people can't do that though. I know that, but
that goes for both sides. When you feel once it gets to the point where we gotta start putting our hands on each other, it's time to go.
And this is where I was about to get at. I know a lot of people don't.
And some people like that.
I don't.
I like me a sassy bro. I like me a feisty shorty. No, you don't.
Yeah, I seen it.
No, you don't.
You know what? Some people they do.
Yo, I know some of them that do. They like that. They like that.
I don't know how or why. So
she feisty.
Person like myself, right? So I just finished. So I was just watching. What was that? Something was a little scrappy, and he mentioned that how his woman and his wife and his mom is like two just juggernauts that just.
Oh, you talking about Scrappy Mom?
Yeah.
Yo.
He like, man, them two is just
Scrappy
brutal.
Mom. So. I always said that they should do a mom show with, who was it? Scrappy Mom, Jim Jones Mom. And it was somebody else, and I wanted to name it like Hip Hop Moms.
Yeah.
Because they, yo.
But the thing is, it was like he said he'd been around that so long. That's what he attracted.
That's what he
to,
used to.
So I can understand that, but then
if you're willing to accept that, you'll be willing to accept.
I don't know what else. Now here's the catch. A lot of you. Everybody is hearing my stories, right? That I just spoke on, and
it's out in the world now.
You may feel like this is something that I am attracted to, and don't get me wrong, it's not. It's definitely not something that I'm attracted to. It's just something that that's been attracted. That just been gravitated towards me. But see, the thing is with me, and I'm not sure if it's with everybody else, but I have a nice heart. I have a decent heart.
You have a good heart, Dre.
And
you have a good heart.
I try and literally look for
the good in everyone.
And I'll force that, even if it's like 20% good, 80% bad. I'll literally take that 20% and literally would try and make that work in every full.
What do we say at work? How we say it at work? How we say some females be? I can change him.
Yep.
I know that there's something within him that I can make better.
And that's me as a male.
And as a male, we do the same thing. Man, she might have pardon the language. What is it? Man, I could turn a hoe into a housewife.
Oh yeah. Get into that mode, man. For real.
I see something in them.
You get into that mode, yo.
And for some people, it may work.
Yep. And so for me, I start looking around the last couple years. Why am I around this, or how do I get attracted to this, right? And it stems from looking at my past with my parents' relationships, my aunt's relationships, my grandmother relationship. I looked at a lot of these relationships and I seen certain people accept certain things. And I thought that that was the way it goes.
That was normal.
That was normal, right? Now I feel like it is not normal. That is
far from
normal.
it.
It's far from
the goal is for us to help each other and build each other, not try to.
The bickering, the arguing, the fighting,
That's just how they are, man. It's all right.
Every day you're finding something to argue
Some
about.
people really
I can't do it.
that. They like that. I want you to hit on on some of those topics right there before we get too much into it, because as I'm looking, man, it seems like a lot of them.
So, signs of toxic relationships. The first one we got is lack of support. Healthy relationships are based on a mutual desire to see the other succeed. In a short time you spend together, no longer feel positive. You don't feel supported or encouraged. Yes. So I've been there before, where with the lack of support, where you don't feel supported or encouraged anymore, and you try and uplift somebody, including yourself, and then they're just a Debbie Downer, and it just now you just don't want to support at all.
I don't want nothing to do with you.
Communication. We were just talking about this one. How to communicate. Instead of kind words, you catch yourself with just remarks, or you're mocking somebody. So toxic communication, that's a second sign of envy or jealousy.
Sometimes
I have
with that one, sometimes we create our own envy and jealousy of what we think we see.
Yep.
Compared to what it actually is. You have a significant other working at a store. Now, I know some of you people that got work husbands and work wives and all that crazy stuff. I know some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But now, you might just think it's all, I don't want to say fun and games, but we know how I get down.
Yep.
But guess what? Even if it's not like that, you develop friendships with certain co-workers of the other sexuality demographic or whatever, and you just develop a friendship. You on the outside looking in, why you always conversating with that person at work? Why that person texting you? They're texting me the work schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo.
So now you're creating. Now you're creating that non-belief of jealousy that's really not there. It may be something. It may not be something. I'm not gonna say that it is. But sometimes we put that out there of something that really isn't there, and we kind of use that. Oh, I see you talking to so and so at work.
Yeah.
They gave me their work schedule.
That goes into the next one. Controlling behaviors.
Bong.
That goes right into that next one, man. You want somebody to respond. You want them to solely be for you and nobody or nothing else.
I know what you do at work. You ain't doing nothing while you ain't responding to my text. I know what you do there.
You text
and I'm
me
just
any
saying
other
this
time.
is
You text me, and it's like, yo,
say it. Finish it.
You text me any other time. You do this, and it's like, yo, can things change? Can things change at work? Can there be a moment?
No,
Can there be
I need to know what
something
you
that
doing.
happened? You know,
I know you're working, but I need to know what you're working with.
that's crazy. Resentment. Holding on to grudges, past grudges.
Past relationships, past
I could definitely see that.
detrimental situations that have happened to you in those prior relationships.
I could definitely see that one.
And then you're
As
trying to get into something and that you're not used to.
That's why I could definitely see that. Dishonesty. I think that goes into the envy and jealousy and stuff like that. You start lying to your real wife.
Nah.
Trying to be all
It's not what you think
crazy
it
with
is.
your work wife and all that. Yeah.
He said crazy with your work wife.
Like you said, it ain't what you think it is.
It ain't what you think it is.
But you going crazy though. Like I said, over your work wife, you going bonkers.
I don't even, yo, I see that.
Patterns of disrespect. That's crazy because sometimes you don't even see the disrespect. But if there's patterns like we were just talking about, every day you find something to freaking nag about. Oh my gosh. Leave it be. Please just leave it be.
You just want to push it away. That's another way of trying to push it away as well too.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong, but I don't want to be here, so I'm going to make it seem like there is something always an issue, so you can tell me that you can't do this no more.
I'm gonna skip the next one. Negative financial behaviors. Well, I guess I'm not gonna skip that one because it don't apply to me. But I guess I could use that one still. Another one is negative financial behavior.
Lloyd Banks first. A joint account will turn one bum into two bums.
Ooh, yes, it's crazy. But apparently, talking about your finances to your counter partner and they not doing much and they probably grow some jealousy and all that.
Oh.
Okay. So I can see that one. I can see that one working with each other.
That just made me think of, hold on, what is it?
Oh, or they choose to spend your money the way they want to. Oh, you got a raise. Let's go out and do it. You like, time out. I want to do this first. No, we got extra money. Let's go do this. And then arguments and stuff start coming out because of you spending your finances.
What's the girl name?
The next one I would say is constant stress. That is the one that I go through the most.
What was that last one? It made me think of this one.
Negative financial behaviors.
Tyler Perry had a movie called The Family That Prays.
I've never seen it.
And that was a good one. Sanaa Lathan. And it's a man named Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright was the boss of the company, and he had her come work for him. Cause I guess they grew up together.
Okay.
She got married. Her husband basically was trying to start a business out, but none of the business attributes was going through.
That's crazy.
So when Mr. Cartwright said, you know what, she can come work for me under my firm. She can work with me. And a husband like this, he's so dumbfounded. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, honey. You should go. Mr. Cartwright was just trying to get with her the whole time. But she seen his status as what she actually wanted. Yeah. So when it came down to him saying like, yo, he went to go get some money out the bank. And he was like, yo, it's another account. What you mean it's another account? She had a whole nother account that he was putting money into for. And then she kept throwing it in his face that, oh, your finances ain't what they are. You're never going to be like him. Get it together. Like she was throwing it at his face. And he was just like this. Oh, I'm trying, honey. I'm just working on it. Just watch that movie. It's called The Family That Prays.
I feel like I've seen. I don't know
you
if
probably
I've seen
did
it or not. That's crazy.
You probably seen it, but that finance part right there made me think of that movie.
All right, go check that movie out, Tyler Perry. And some people that know, y'all know I ain't a fan of all his movies.
I ain't a fan either. I like me personally, I like the plays more than I like the movies.
I like the plays. I do like the plays. I like some of the movies. I don't like all of the movies.
Yeah, some of the movies.
I feel like
if you put out
20 movies, I probably like 5 of them.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I just like the plays a lot more too because it's more, I don't know.
Ignoring your needs. That is Dre. That is a toxic one. Stop. I guess we gotta stop doing that, man. We gotta stop ignoring our needs for other people wants.
Or try to balance it out. I know I got things to do. I know you got things to do.
Yeah.
Let's try and balance which one takes precedence, and try and work on that one first. Because you might be thinking this, what you need done is the end all, the be all, and it really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the other person has to do may be the same way. But guess what? Let's balance and see which one takes precedence over the other.
Then you got lack of self-care. That's you not taking care of yourself. You letting yourself go. And then you forget that you got a partner, man.
You're not taking care of your feet.
Yo, listen.
Soak your feet, men. Soak your feet, brothers.
That too.
Soak your feet.
I'm gonna take the glass off on that one.
Scrub your heels.
But
it's okay.
Yeah,
sometimes you scratch in the bed. Yeah. Take care of your feet.
And she was like, "Oh my God,
your feet ain't what they used to be when I first met you. I work a lot, baby. When my feet a lot, take some time. I'll take a weekend off. Or something.
Yep.
Soak your feet.
And hoping for change. You might stay in a relationship because you are hoping for change, and if you see it's not going to happen, I think that's when it's best to just walk away.
Women, take care of your feet too. I know y'all be working too.
Dre a lot of feet.
Take care of your toes.
I love the toes too. And if you feel like you walking on eggshells, meaning if you feel like you are afraid to talk to somebody.
Every time I come in the room, what is it? Maybe it's not the time to talk right now.
Hey, what? You be like, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. And these is just signs.
These are just small signs.
Things you can change. The person hopefully can change.
I think that's good.
Is it possible to fix a toxic relationship? I would say yes, but
both parties have to come to the conclusion that there is an issue on one part. That goes with relationships and dating and relationships and marriages.
And both have to change.
And both have to decide that they want to sit down and change.
Yep.
If you have to go see a counselor, we talked about this before. Nobody want to let out their business.
So, as you say, counselor, is a counselor different than a therapist?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I knew going to
because now I wonder.
Maybe a therapist. So maybe it is a therapist.
Yeah.
We're gonna say therapist because I think
now I wonder, like with mental health, right? With a lot of us that don't want to go see a therapist,
I think that should be a good episode we tackle.
Could you see a counselor? Like, is those two different things?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that one next episode. Yeah. So hopefully, or maybe one of these episodes.
We definitely talk about mental health.
Yeah,
definitely.
As far as that, like the difference, I think I want to see what's the difference between a counselor and a therapist. Because maybe if you don't want to see a therapist, you maybe want to see a counselor.
I think a counselor is okay. I'm just going from what I think. Let's go with a counselor as in the school aspect. They're there just to figure out what the issue is at the moment. When a therapist is one that's going to be the one to dig to find out where it actually stems from.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
That's what I'm going with it, I'm thinking.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense, man.
But yeah, that's definitely going to be a topic we're going to talk about because there's a lot of...
And like you just said, acceptance of responsibility.
I want to accept responsibility.
Both people got it.
If I accept the responsibility, that means that I am wrong.
Mm-hmm. Both people have to be willing to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Shift the blaming to understanding, which that's a good one. Openness to outside help, which is seeing a counselor, and
therapist,
hopefully both parties can move forward and y'all can become happy. But if you feel honestly that it's what do you call that? What do they call that when they be talking all that divorce stuff online and stuff?
Irreconcilable differences.
Yes. So if you cannot reconcile the situation, I would definitely say I feel it's probably best to move on from that point on. Definitely. I want you to roll these joints out because them last couple joints, man, you rolled out. I like those. I definitely like those. So
the last one we did that we didn't post yet, you cut that off perfectly.
I thought I did both of them pretty perfectly.
The one you did was perfect, but
the other one was right there on the money. Yeah,
but
I like that one. I like both of them.
I was like, that's a holiday special. I like
this one. I like this one. Right.
But in relationships, all we have to say is learn who you're with, understand who they are. It may take some time. That's why it's called dating, so you can understand who they are. It's okay to date. It's okay to understand who the person that you want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we understand that people do this because they don't want to be alone. No one wants to be alone. And some people jump into one relationship, jump to another relationship because they can't be alone. Sometimes you have to be alone. Sometimes you have to figure out who you are before you can ask them to understand who they're with as well. So, in a nutshell, be kind to one another and be a good neighbor.